Yo, what's up? This is John from Judge University, girls in the peach capital of the state, baby. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Scoot? What's up, Chris? Oh, interweb is slow. Oh, interweb is slow. It's got to get warmed up. All right, so what's up, John? What's up, Chris? What's up, TJ? What's up, Henry? We good. We're going to try to make some rear shock brackets. I kind of got an idea in my head. So let's walk over here. I'll walk over and I'll show you. So I kind of got an idea in my head. I'm not going to run these same shocks, but same concept. But what I'm thinking about doing is making a bracket out of 3/16 plate. And I'm actually thinking about coming off of this with a tab. Because this shock right here is roughly 5 inches off, 6 inches out, right? So what I'm thinking about doing is making a bracket, making 2 brackets. And we'll cut this off here in a second. But for right now, I think making 2 ears to come off of this, come out at least 5, I don't know, maybe 5.5 inches, right? And I don't know. So I was thinking about making like just a regular generic eyelet where it comes out like this, and a different shock would turn and drop the ear down to grab it, but it might have to be at an angle. Or just hear me out now. Or we could do this. Instead of making like a regular ear bracket, you know what I mean? Instead of making something like this, you know, like an ear bracket that comes out and tapers down, I'll draw it on pictures. I'll draw it on paper so you can see. Or what I could do, I was gonna say I could just put a piece of flat plate, cut this hole out where this lines back up into it, and then weld it across here and weld it across here. And then just have this hole notched in it where it comes out, and then gusset it on this corner so it'd be flat. It'd be a continuous of this, flat out this way, you know, 6.5 inches. Yeah, 6.5 inches, Henry. And then cut this hole in these 2 holes here, and then drop the plate down and just weld the plate, and then the shock could just come up through the plate and still be at an angle. We see how this comes over, and then it bends down. Now I could cut this out. And then we could bump break it. I could cut this perimeter out, cut this hole, cut these 2 holes. and then we could go across here and bump brake it down and brake it in the brake to get that angle. We could get that angle this way, and then I could weld it back to this and back to here. But you see how this drops down? So I would have to make it more boxy. Like this would be boxed over, and then we could add like a 2 inches on this end. We could bend it down 2 inches, you know, and then weld it across there. If you cut it up, you're going to compromise the strength and ability to keep it in place. No, I'm cutting all this out and throwing it away. I'm building a whole new bracket. I'm not leaving this bracket. That's what we're talking about, Scoot. I'm talking about building a whole new one, like completely. Like a whole new bracket. That's what I'm talking about doing. If I make ears come out, if I cut 2 new ears out of 3/16 and come out straight, the shock's not straight, it's at an angle. And if I run just a regular eyelet shock where it just runs a bolt through it, I'd have to take these brackets and turn them at an angle, which I don't have a problem with that, to get the same angle. They would just have to be, here, let me draw it. Let me draw it out on paper, and then you can see what I'm talking about. So, just let me draw it out. Let me show you. If I make a bracket like this, let's just say, all right, here's the chain bridge. This is the chain bridge, right? And this is 2 inches, right? If I make a bracket like this, if I make a bracket like that, right? You know, so it'll be a tier, it'll be like this. And the shock will go right there, and the bolt goes right through it, right? So if it's like this, if we make a bracket like this, if I make a bracket like this, and this is the chain bridge, and we weld it to the chain bridge, and the shock's down here, the shock's not going to be able to get in there because that's 90. So we'd have to turn the brackets to the angle. We'd have to turn the brackets, which is fine. I mean, you can do that. It's not a problem. We'd have to take the brackets and turn them at an angle like that and weld them on this at an angle. And I don't want to do that to get this, right? Or we could do it all, we could change it all together because we're going to redo the rear end anyway. I could make them straight and then run the shock straight, because the shocks can be running straight up and down. They can run at an angle. They just got them in the car at an angle, all right? So you see how they got them at an angle, all right? So I don't know. I'm thinking. If I make this piece, out of flat stock, bump brake it right here to get that angle, and then add whatever that is, just add some on the back side, up and down. Then we could bump brake this down 90, Then we could bump break this or whatever that is to make a piece bolt up, or a piece that lines up to this, and run this, and it'd be, you know, we could radius it. We could come out right here, square, and then we could radius it. And then I could cut a strip, and then we could strip it. No, I'm trying to make a bracket. No, I'm not trying to soften I'm not trying to soften anything. I'm trying to make, I'm not leaving this bracket like this. It looks like cobbled up shit. I'm not leaving it. I'm cutting it off so I can put shocks on it. So I'm not welding this to that because this looks like Fido's ass. I don't like it. I'm going to cut this off. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to make the tabs, because I've ordered the brackets. I've ordered new G-body brackets for the 9-inch rear end, and it runs shocks like that. Let's see something. If that's 6. They mount to the cylinders. What do you mean they mount to the cylinders? Mount to what cylinders? Mount to these cylinders? How can they mount to these cylinders? You said they mount to the cylinders. How does it mount to the cylinders? That's what I asked. You're saying accumulators mount to the cylinders. How do they mount to the cylinders? That was my question. Let's see, 5. If we go 6. That was my question. Yeah, I don't know what those are. I'd have to look those up. Yeah, I don't know what those are. Carolina Big, I don't know what those are. What's up, Tulu? I don't know what those are. All right, let me see. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna make something right quick. I'm gonna see. All right. So if we're gonna go, I'm just thinking. I'm gonna draw something out and then see where I'm at. All right, so if I go, y'all just gonna have to bear with me because I'm thinking on something. I'm just thinking. Oh, that's not gonna work. So that's so one. No, that ain't gonna work. All right, so that's not gonna work. So let's do this. So let's what, go over. Let's say go over an inch. We'll go over an inch, and then we're gonna go down. So we got a half. Half is 3/4. Go down an inch. So we're gonna go down an inch. I'll go back to 75. If we do that, and then if I go over here and do a 5/8 hole, .625. What does that give us? I don't know yet, Craig. What's up, Craig? We're thinking about making these shock brackets, but I don't know exactly how I want to go yet. So we're just gonna, that's 3/8 of an inch. Okay. So that's that. All right. And then if we go and do, let's see, another circle. All right, let's do this. Let's take this away. Let's take this away. Take this away. Take that away. Take that away. Take this away. Let's see. Take that away. All right. So if this is 2 inch over here, we're gonna make this 1.5 inches. So we're gonna pick up the center of this hole. We'll go, that's a construction line. So go here, pick up that. Let's go 1.5. Enter. All right, now we're gonna go and connect here to there. Then we're gonna connect here to there. Then we're gonna take away that. So, I think that hole was too big, honestly. What the hell? There we go. Let's see what this is. Let's do a, let's do a 55. There we go. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm definitely not feeling it. But that don't mean nothing. No, it's going on the chain bridge. And it might not go on nothing. Honestly. This thing's been, this thing is slow, man. It's sleepy time. What the hell's wrong with this damn computer? And it acts like it's dragging. I'll have to go look. I understand. I'll have to go look at that car. Carolina Big. I'll have to go look at it because I don't know what they are. So I can't. I'll just have to go look and see. Oh, I know that's the truth, John. I know that's the truth. Ain't no lies told there. There we go. So it's 5 and that's 6. Again, I don't know. I might not like this. I might do something completely different. I don't know. It better not be. Yankee Doodle went to town, Doodle went to Harvard. Doodle. Dooby doo. Dooby doo. All right, so what are you talking about? I think I just thought of something. Hold on. I just thought of something. Hold on. What is that right there? That's 6 inches wide. I just thought of something. I just had a thought. There we go. 6. by 6. I just had a thought. And 6 6 by 6. All right. I just had a thought. So I need to do two and a quarter, 2.25 by 2, and then go 2.25, and then go 2. There's one. And then the other one I need is 2.2 quarter. .25. No, that's wrong. Three. Then .25. 3. And ha-ha! Oh, you son of a gun. Oh, you son of a mother. I'm trying something. I don't know if it's going to work. Ah! Ha-ha! Ha-ha! Hardy har! Well, that ain't going to work. If it does, I don't know how to do it. Not yet. I know there's a way to do it. My mind ain't. I'll just have to cut them separate. I need to go to their website and do some more reading on how to nest multiple parts at the same time is what I need to do. Yeah, that was easy. Yeah, I need to go back and watch some of his videos, Mike. Honestly, I really do. Well, I don't know what the hell this thing's doing now. It's just spinning. All right, so I don't know. So this is what I was doing. I was drawing up two pieces to go in between. I was going to tack it together. Come on now. Come on now. Don't do, you son of a gun, you. All right, while that thing's doing whatever, let me show you what I was going to do. So I measured the width. So I was measuring the width of this, so 2 1/4. So I was going to do one piece 2 1/4 by 3, and that'd be at the top. And then the other piece I was going to do 2 1/4 by 2, which would be at the bottom. And then what I'm thinking about doing is putting these, you know, like that. But that's why I was saying if I put them at an angle, you know, one, I'd have to cut one, you know, shorten it, like that. If we done it at an angle like that, you know, or like that. But if I put it out there like this, it might be all right if I just put it out there like that and just turn this to get it in there and to just drop it over just a little bit. So that's what I was thinking. That's what the plan was. Now I can take these shocks out and drive that pin out. And then I was gonna do that. Make some ears on both ends. So that's what we was planning on doing. If you missed it this morning, we made these battery trays. So, with that being said, want it bind at the top and the bottom. They ain't lined up now, Mac. They ain't lined up. Shocks ain't lined up anyway. They at an angle anyway. I don't know. Let me do some more thinking. Because I don't like it. I had all intentions of cutting this out. See, I cut the center out to put the chain bridge in. So I'm not leaving that, and it's not hooked in anything no more. The centerpiece that was here that held the shocks or the springs, I cut it out, Craig, to put these hydraulic cylinders in. That rear end is coming out. We're putting a 9-inch in it. No, that ain't 90 degrees. Heck no. That ain't 90. Those ain't 90 degrees. Them things are at an angle. Look, they at an angle. Look, see? Nah, the machine ain't broke. The damn computer gone stupid. Ain't nothing on that laptop but that program. There's nothing on this laptop. There's nothing on this laptop but the program for this. That's it. There's nothing else on this thing. And I updated the computer yesterday. Yeah, we could do that, Mike. What's up, Angie? I can move them up and down. Craig. That's why I'm not really worried about these brackets. You know, that's why I wasn't really worried about these brackets. Because I've ordered the G-body. I've ordered the G-body I've ordered the G-body brackets for a 9-inch rear end. You just got to weld them on there. So, here, let's do this. So, I have ordered the new brackets. I've ordered these so we can weld these onto the new 9-inch. But see, this is attached to this, which is also attached to that. So I don't have to use that lower mount for shock. I can actually make a new mount and weld it to the rear end and run the shocks up and down, just like you said. Yeah, it's possible. It could have a bad update. The software updated, not the computer. So let's do this again right quick. If it messes up again, we'll just be done. And then I'll just do a update. So we need to go 2 1/4. And it's cold in here too. It's about 48 degrees in here. By 3. I've had way too many carbs today. Way too many carbs. I might have messed it up when I was trying to do multiple parts because I wasn't doing it right or something. I don't know. All right, let's go to G codes. Fire control. Oh, I know. Tell the boss. What's up, Tulu? Nah, Tulu, it was good, but I got it, buddy. Good luck. All right, so that was 2 1/4 by 3. So now we need to cut 2 more out because they're different sizes. So that's that one. All right, we need to cut the other one out, 2 1/4 by 2. Cut 2 of those out, and then we'll attach some of them together. All right, so we're gonna cut 2 more out. So we need to do 2 1/4 by 2. Go to manufacturing, go to setup, new setup, put our model origin up here in the top left-hand corner, go to stock, no additional stock, G code, hit OK, go to cutting, 2D profile, go to our tool library, go to our tool library, scroll down here until we find the metal. Right there she is. Hit OK or hit select. Go over here to geometry, we're gonna cut the face. Go to heights, we're not changing that. Go to smoothing, go to that, we're gonna leave that. It's gonna ask if we wanna override it. Yes, because we did cut the same one out. Go to fire control. Then out here to pattern, we want to cut 2 of them. Set program origins. There we go. We've already centered it, so we're good on that. We should be good to go. 0 all axis. Hit start. What's up, 84? What's up, Chris? Now I wish I had some 1, 2, 3 blocks. Wish I had some 1, 2, 3 blocks. See you, John. All right, that's what I'm thinking right there. Gives it plenty of room. Nothing's in the way on the bottom. What's up, cars? So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking right there. And then that'll weld. This one goes a little warm. It'll be like that right there. I think it'll work. Yep. Think that'll work, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. What y'all think? I think that'll work. I'll just weld right there where I can get to. And then just weld that. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes this episode. Damn, that's a big word like mayonnaise. 3/16 plate ought to be good enough. And then I can make another one similar to it and then make it a little wider on this end and radius it for that 9-inch rear end and then weld it to the rear end, and there's our shock mounts. We got our upper and lower shock mounts. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna fix me something to drink. Some water. Where's some water at? Oh, there it is right there. Look, I done about killed it. Look, that was a full case this morning. 32, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many's in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 left out of 32. 9. Look at that trash can. Slam full of water bottles. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you. Remember when I said don't worry about the boy, don't worry about the man up the road, don't worry about the man down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's.